Welcome to another episode of Mindfulness Moments. I hope you are developing your practice in a light-hearted way in these times of uncertainty, confusion. This practice can be very valuable to us and to others. I got an email this morning from the Boulder Psychic Institute. It's the first of a 4-part series about judgment and other things and your chakras. And I found myself very intrigued with this for a number of reasons. One is its divine timing. Two, in the explanation from the Psychic Institute talking about chakras and really breaking it down so clearly, it just made so much sense. Now, I've often talked about how we have that side of us that wants to protect us, the ego that wants to protect us, that we have to discern certain things for survival. And this article reassured that, but it encouraged, and this is the thing that I really loved, it said when you find yourself in those situations, to ask yourself, where am I in this? So when I mean those situations, I may have jumped ahead. When you get caught up in gossip, in judging others, in trying to fix others, in order to fit into a community at work, a community in your neighborhood, you're not part of the solution. But when you catch yourself, and this is where mindfulness always comes in, we're not going to be perfect. We're not going to eradicate all these habits right away, but we can recognize it. We can see it come up, and we can let it go, just like we let our thoughts go during meditation. Where am I in this chaos? So, interesting story. There's a park right by my house, and it's a city block wide and half a city block deep. And the park has a winding walking path around it, which is really nice. It's a beautiful little thing. When you go into the park, there's a sign posted of know this, know that, know whatever. And one of the signs, that sign, one of the things on there was no animals and no pets. And then there was nothing about skateboarding. So I would go in there and just skate around the path, practicing. And then I hadn't skated there in a while, and they put these really nice stone pillar-like seats in there for you to rest. And once they put those in, they put up a sign. They added to that sign, no skateboarding. But they also put up these giant signs that say no dogs. I pass that park almost every day. And since I saw the no skateboarding sign, I've stopped skateboarding in there. People are walking their dogs in there, letting their dogs run wild, taking photos with their dogs pretty much in front of the sign that says no dogs. And this has been such a huge opportunity for me in my practice. My practice as someone who likes order, someone who's very disciplined, who has a certain moral, ethical belief. So I have to look at this, and I look at it and I go, okay, so why is this triggering me? Well, because I want to follow the rules. But it's also triggering me because no one's enforcing the rules. So why have the rule? But it's not my job to enforce the rule. My job in this situation is to see where I fall in this. What, if I ride my bike by there or walk by there and I see someone walking their dog or letting the dog run wild, and the clearly posted at every entrance with a big sign, if I can let it go, if I cannot let it ruin my day or even a few minutes, then I can see my growth. It's not my job to police it. If I had a dog, I would want to walk it in the park, just like I want to I want to ride the skateboard in there. I'm not going to ruin the benches. I just want to have some practice on my skateboard, just as they want the dog to get some exercise, and it's the closest park. So I just found this to be a great practice, and that article saying, where do I fall in this? Is a great question to keep ourselves in check. I always say, am I a part of the problem, or am I a part of the solution? And it's a great question, but I think sometimes it allows me to rationalize talking about these things, judging these things. It's not bringing me peace, and it's not bringing them peace. If they choose to overlook the sign, then that's their business. It's not me to police it. If I were to witness the dog attacking a child, that's a different story. But when I ride my bike, do I always stop at the stoplight? Do I always stop at the stop sign? Am I always riding in the bike lane? No. So what's the difference? What's the difference? I'm allowed to choose time and place of when to follow the rules and when it's okay to break them. No. No. This is an opportunity for me to polish myself, to let go of these judgments that have no real bearing. If I can change and love everyone, like Ram Dass says, like Ram Dass's teacher said to him, love everyone. It's not an easy task. But if I can see them as innocent beings at their core, and I can be love and not be judgment, then I can love everyone. But I have to love myself. Every time I find myself, I have to put myself in check. Where am I in this situation? Do I love me? And I love everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. See you next week.